Hi, this is New Wave of British Heavy Metal.com. Today is the 14th of July 2020 as I'm recording this, and in this video we're going to look at Voyage of the Eagle by Elixir and give that a review. This was first published on the website back in May, just after the album came out. That's May 2020. And Elixir, for those who might not know, were around in the mid-late 80s, as you know, the new wave of British heavy metal was taking off. And here they are some 40 years after that, with a quite remarkable new album. I mean, Voyage of the Eagle is phenomenal, you know. It's mostly the original lineup that's recorded this album, and over the years they really haven't lost a step. I mean, I can't emphasize how much I enjoy this album. It's a proper monster. All the new wave of British heavy metal influences are still there, as is a bit of a modern twist. It's instantly accessible. All the songs are tremendously enjoyable, and I would strongly recommend that you don't miss out on this. Whether you're an old Nawabum fan like me that remembers them from the old days, or you just like your heavy rock, heavy metal, this is for you. It's phenomenal stuff. It is a sort of a concept album in a sort of a loosish sense, with all the songs linked together, which tell the tale of a ship's voyage way back in the days when going for a few beers with your mates in the local tavern would probably end up with you being press ganged into the navy or part of a ship's crew. You know, press gangs, a little brief history lesson if you might not know, were basically marauding gangs that trawled the taverns way back then, a few hundred years ago, and just basically kidnapped people into serving in the navy or a ship. So that's it. You went for a drink and you never came back. Anyway, and that's pretty much how things start here on Voyage of the Eagle, with the first song, Drink to the Devil. You know, the people are in the pub having a beer, and then Press Ganged follows that. In come the heavies, and off you go in the navy. Both of them are storming heavy rockers. All the big licks are there. It's a bit dark, and atmospheric, which is appropriate given the subject matter of both these songs. Yet at the same time it manages to be melodic and quite catchy too. The lyrics tell the tale very well. I mean, you can sit there listening to it and imagine yourself in the tavern, or you know, as pubs were called back then, and having a couple too many, getting a little bit out of shape, and then the heavies drop in, and before you know it, you're press ganged, done and done. And then when you're off to sea, wondering what happened, and staring into nothing but ocean, that's when Horizons comes in, little quiet reflective piece that then slams into the siren song, which slows the pace with a little bit of a sludgy, doom-laden feel, which fits again, as the legendary sirens were said to lure borderline insane ship's crew who'd been at sea for far too long onto the rocks of the Peril as they hallucinated after being staring at nothing but ocean for months at a time. Sail On varies things some more. It's almost like a power ballad in some respects, and there's some proper nifty guitar work in there as well, and Paul Taylor's vocals are very strong. Mutiny is self-explanatory, another brooding, dark, heavy affair as the crew starts to bubble over, having been at sea too long and, you know, being a bit oppressed. Think Mutiny on the Bounty if you like. And again, it's so well told with the lyrics and the atmosphere of the song, you can really picture yourself in that situation. It's really well done. And then for Whisper on the Breeze, Elixir switch up the styles again. It's a brooding melodic rocker. It twists and turns between mellow bits and some really blistering guitar work. And then, you know, before we know it, the listening time flashes by with the closer, and which is perhaps the standout on the album, with no weak spots anywhere. It's fantastic. It all comes together with you know, a slow burning intro builds into a crescendo of big chords, anthemic vocals, and check out the midsection as the guitars of Phil Denton and Norman Gordon trade off each other. Not unlike a couple of guys called Scott Gorham and Brian Robertson used to do in the Thin Lizzy days. It's as good as that. Some banging drums and bass as well. It's proper stuff. You know, Evermore, the closer track, fantastic. what a track to close out what a phenomenal album it is. And you know, after debuting all those years back in the mid-80s with Son of Odin, there's another classic for you. Check that out as well. Elixir's career didn't go as anticipated, though they did continue to put out albums every now and again. But now, you know, in May 2020 with Voyage of the Eagle, excuse me, and most of the original lineup back in the fold, they show that they're really right up there. This album is superb, you know. Please make no mistake about that. I can't praise it highly enough. And yet again, it's further evidence, as if it was needed, that the new wave of British heavy metal is as relevant today as it was 40 years ago, and bands like Elixir keep up that tradition exceptionally well. So, you know, I'm going to say it again because I love this album. It really is top class stuff. So I'll stop rambling on about it. I would urge you to check it out and snap up a copy if you can. It really is that good. Right, enough already. I can hear you saying shut up, so I will. So thanks for watching and take care.